Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Mikey Show. Today I'm out here doing a little bit of fine tuning on my table saw table. I added these casters. I wanted to show you these casters on here. I added these adjustable feet that go up through these caster plates. These have a 5/16/18 hole in them, a threaded hole. So that allows me to screw that foot up in there, up and down, to adjust the height of this. And then I double netted the top of it. And then it's all on all four corners. I have these blocks in here. This is 3/4 of an inch to simulate my plywood here, and on the top here I've got 4 pieces here. And what I did was I adjusted my table saw to the top of that 3/4 inch. And my plan is when I get that plywood on here, that'll take the place of this, and we'll be real close to having this table saw at the height we need. I'm having some second thoughts on this table. I wish I'd have made it a little bit bigger. It's going to be taller because I'm going to add casters to the legs. But being a 2x4 frame, I can add on to it. What I may do is add a little bit of length here to give me some off feed. And then also I want to add a router station actually in that corner over there. So I may extend it out just this way a little bit longer that way, and put me a router station in with a fence, so I can do that if I want to. I can raise and lower the router station so it doesn't affect my assembly, and also use this as an assembly table. So that's one of the plans. I wanted to show you this fence system here. It's really cheap. Obviously, it's not very square. It's not square at all, actually. So I'm sure a guy can get good, decent cuts with that. But I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to have to measure 12 times on the front of the blade and back of the blade to get a straight cut and a safe cut. So my plan is to run a rail all the way across the front here and build me a nice fence that goes all the way to the back of the table. Hey, there's my lights again. Y'all remember my bad lights keep going out. I got an update on that as well. But yeah, I want the fence to at least go to the back of the table and give me a good distance. And I'm going to put. I don't know if I'm going to use a pipe rail, or maybe an all-thread rail. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to put one on each side, and the sliding mechanism. So hopefully it'll stay true to both sides of the saw. But that's down the road a little bit. So, but yeah, we're moving right along on the table saw. I know it's a lot of work for a cheap table saw, but I think we can get a few cuts out of it, and then if I have to move on to something else, I will. But we'll see how this Harbor Freight Chicago electric table saw does in this table. Granted, it's not on its original stand, but here's an interesting thing I just learned. I didn't know this, and I hate to say that I didn't know it, because I've been in the manufacturing manufacturing for most of my life. And I've been working with machines for a long time. And I never knew this, but you see this yellow piece? You see that this is the power switch. You see that yellow piece right there? That's a key. That pops out, and now that will not turn on. You can push up on it. It will not activate the switch. That's a safety key. I never knew that. And I only learned that by watching YouTube videos. But yeah, that's a safety key, and most all of these machines have them. My old Craftsman radial arm saw, Sears Craftsman radial arm saw, has a safety key. But that's something that I learned, and maybe you'll know too. So if you have little kids or people who like to hit switches, take that, put it in your pocket when you leave, and when you come back, stick it back in, and you're ready to go. Yeah, it's a good little deal there. I want to let you guys know that I did get my lights ordered. I got 6 4-foot LED. They're supposed to be 65. I'm saying 6500K, but I don't know how true that is. But they're supposed to be daylight bright. That may be way overkill for this little shop. I don't know. But I'm going to unhook these 2 4-foot fluorescent ballast things. I'm going to unhook them, and I'm going to use them power switches to run these lights. I've got one here, and I've got one here. This one's in the center of this bay, and that one's in the center of that bay. And I'm just going to run 3 strips down through there. They're linkable, and I'm going to have 6 4-footers in here. It's a single bulb, T5, I do believe. It might be T8, I don't know. I saw those on a YouTube video. A guy put them in his body shop, his pole barn body shop he was building, raved about them. So we're going to see how they work. But yeah, I wanted to tell you that we got lights coming. And that's another thing to be excited about for me in my little shop here. So another update for you. I got this. I'm not sure if I showed you or not. I think I did in one of the videos. But I've got this planer. It's a 6 1/8 inch. Actually, it's a joiner planer, but I call it a joiner because, again, I say if it's not 13 inches wide, it's not a planer. It's a jointer. That's my inexperienced opinion. But anyway, I got it sitting upside down here on the counter because I went and put it all together, or brought it in. This was my father-in-law's, and my brother-in-law gave this to me. He had it. He acquired it from my mother-in-law, and after our father-in-law passed. But anyway, he gave it to me since I'm starting to working wood. And I brought it home, and I noticed it didn't have a power switch, so I bypassed that with a little lawnmower seat switch I have, but I'm actually going to get the power switch for it. But anyway, this has got belt. It's a belt drive. It's got a spline belt that goes there on that shaft, and then goes down and mounts on the. I'm going to try to get in there with on the inside 6 splines. Back there, and then there's a smaller belt that mounts on these outside 2 splines and goes to this pulley here, which runs the chip fan, which blows all your dust and your chips out the dust collector port. So I'm really excited. I got those coming. I ordered those belts. Craftsman discontinued all those belts. They don't make them no more, and they don't sell them. But luckily, I got on eBay, and I found a guy that's got them. He's got a set of both, and from West Coast, I can't remember what it is, but it's a good place to buy belts, evidently. I've got those coming along with my lights, and we're moving right along. We're getting ready to start building the machine and making some projects. So, again, once I get all these tools taken care of and put together and where I want them, and we're going to get after it. So, thanks for watching the Mikey Show, and we'll see you next time.